Hi, Marissa Mordomi here. Today I will be doing my anthropology extra credit video on the earliest hominids. I'll be giving a background or kind of like a brief background about how they came to be and why they came to walk on 2 feet. Okay, so the most common belief today is that the modern humans we are today evolved out of like modern chimps or gorillas or even the other extinct monkey species that we may have learned about in a biology class or just in another anthropology class. Yeah, a lot of people think that those species slowly just turned into us. However, that is not correct. The only thing we share in common with the modern chimps and gorillas and the even extinct chimp-like species is that we both share a common ancestor. According to an article called Discovery of Early Hominids by Dennis O'Neill, the earliest humans came from the genus Australopithecus. In the past, there were several different hominid species that had different names, but Australopithecus was the very first hominid species, or like human bipedal species. Members of the genus Australopithecus were a perfect cross between an ape and a human. So, being the earliest humans, their physical complexion included a bipedal human body with facial characteristics of an ape. So they had like from here to down, they were human, but their face did not look very human-like at all. Being the earliest human species, their physical complexion included like a prognathic face. So our faces today are very flat, but they had a very protruding face. Also, they had a sagittal crest, which is like this ridge that kind of juts out from your skull, which slowly grew away as the human species kept evolving. And also, these early hominids had a very small cranial capacity, so they didn't have the most brains, but that comes in later. Given these early species were first discovered as bipedal, the most common question that comes from this discovery is, how did we gain bipedally if most of our common ancestors are quadrupedal, like the gorillas or the apes or the chimps? Well, the most common theory, according to an article titled Understanding Bipedalism in Human Evolution, states that the reason why we became bipedal is simply because of natural selection and evolution. So eventually, as time passed, the environmental changes called for species to become more resourceful, meaning like the lands became grassier with less trees, so there weren't as many arboreal species. This included also, since the environment was changing, this included that the species needed to have skills such as carrying objects long distances, using their hands to make tools so they could survive, and even like seeing long distances so they could see like a predator or something. Also, making tools was really crucial to these early humans because it was the start of something that ensured survival, such as catching and preparing food. So, because Australopithecus couldn't go to the grocery store casually. One of the earliest tool technologies was the Oldowan tool technology. It's one of the simplest, consisting of simple stone-shaped tools that could be used to prepare food or maybe even make other tools. But they didn't get more complex until the Acheulean tool technology, which included more detailed tools such as like a hand axe or even spears. So they could definitely prepare food and make other tools with the more complex stone tools that were created much later. So not many know that the modern and extinct chimps gorilla species never just like turned into humans. Like in the end, the reason why we became bipedal is because of just environmental changes and um, like our bodies, our physical appearance needed to adapt to what was needed for survival millions of years after the chimps and the apes came to walk on Earth. Um, so like selective pressures caused us to become bipedal and resourceful. Thank you.